What's up, YouTube? This is Emmanuel the Barber, and welcome to E-Man TV. So just go ahead and let's get started. This video is a self-cut video on a simple line-up, edge-up, line-up, clean-up, or line-up taper. I'm gonna be showing you guys in these YouTube videos the different techniques, different barbering equipment, sanitation, anything that has to do with barbering, you will find it in this channel. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. Just letting you guys know, this is my first YouTube barbering channel. I've been cutting hair for 7 years, have my barber's license. I also do have a full-time job. I do this more as a passion and a hobby type thing, but let's see what happens. If it goes bigger than this, you know, all power to the one above. But let me go ahead and just start with this video. Hope you guys like it. Alright, right here guys, we have all your utensils to cut hair. Right here, we can't forget about sanitation and making sure we take care of our clippers. Cool care is the best thing whenever they get hot. Let's start. We got the Andes Masters. I use this a lot for fading depending on the texture, but I like the radial fade. Then we have the Walls close shaver. Then we also have the designers, Walls cordless. Also right over here we got the Andes cordless. They're really good for those closed edge ups. They're super sharp, and they're awesome. Then we got your razors, your brushes, to clean. Let's get started. Alright, right here guys, what I'm doing right now is just making sure that I'm combing all the hair, including my beard. I was gonna do that as well. Then comb everything out. Make sure you take your time with that, because this is gonna be your canvas. This is gonna be what you're gonna do for your haircut. Make sure you check everything out, the back, brush everything out. So take your time with that. Want to make sure that you get it as perfect as possible. Alright, so using my Andes to edge my edge up. Make sure that it's crisp and make sure we follow all the guidelines. So we brush it off, making sure we go ahead and use the edge up. Cordless is awesome. I have it close, adjusted close to the edge. It's not where it's still cutting here. Over here we're making sure on the side what we're doing right here is a cleanup, and we're making sure that the edge and the sides are good and clean. So I use my Andes, as you guys seen them earlier, and I shaved off a little bit of the sideburns area because I want no sideburns on it. And just making sure that I'm going around the edge, not too in. Make sure you use the corner of your eyebrows for guideline. Make sure that your half moon stars around the corner of your eyebrow, and then you shave off, because you're gonna do like a little blowout without a little taper. And then make sure you brush a little bit of a clipper over comb right over here, trimmer over comb, let's say. Making sure we buff out a couple lines if you see them, the way your hair is growing. Over here we're using the Wall designers to get a closer taper. So we did the trimmer first. Now we're gonna go ahead and open it up, or we start bigger than less, and make a little guideline. We're using the edge of your clipper, and also now you're gonna close it off using the 3 little edges of the clipper, and buff that out. Make sure you use the cuffing motion, even if it's for no guard at all. Then you open it up again, and you just keep playing with the guards and the levels until you see the fade that you want to maintain, and then the line is taken out. Make sure you brush off any excess hair if you see it, to make sure you see your canvas very well. Then you use your Andes Master halfway. Use the corners of the blade as well. Then you close it off to make sure you see any buffering lines before the trimmer area. buff it up. Use that cuffing motion as well with it. Use the 3 little teeth of the machine. Then you're gonna go ahead, and that's the cool thing about these Andy Masters, is it has all these LED levels that you can go ahead and use for your fade right here. So you can go ahead and have a closer shave. I'm using my Walls closer shave trimmers. What's up? You need to like take 2 seconds and appreciate what you've done. Look back, make sure you don't see no lines, brush it down, and look back at it. Hey, look back at it. I'm just kidding. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue with our process. Then we're gonna go ahead and use your razor. So make sure you go ahead and raise down, make a sharper look for your edge. Make sure you take your time with this. This is sharpen. Make sure you look at your razor as like the pencil is gonna complete your whole haircut. If you see a couple lines, use the edges of it to kind of buff up a couple lines if you see them. Usually use like the trimmer line or anything left by the closed wall shaver. And then you go ahead and use it to the other side. Use the same technique to the other side. I usually use both of my hands when I'm cutting my hair. I do not have a self-cut mechanism, so just pretty much use a mirror around the house. Right over here we're buffering out to do a cleaner edge up to the back. If you see, utilizing the Andy's trimmers, cordless trimmers. That's the good thing about having the cordless ones. It's easy to go around the ears or any tiny spots. You know, you can't usually use the trimmer that has the cord. It's a little bit difficult. You can do it, but you know, it will take a lot more time. So just pretty much utilize everything you can to kind of get the method and everything across. So check on it. Check on different angles. Then you're gonna go use your Walls designer, and you're gonna go ahead and open it up, and you're gonna start buffing out that line that you did with your trimmer to try to use the cuffing motion again. Then you go ahead and close it off. So I'm using your 3 little teeth on the corner of it. Sometimes I use just the middle of the clipper itself without the guard to kind of buff up a couple lines, so I don't have to make harsh lines that I have to take out again. Then you go ahead and just play with the levels on it until you see, you know, the type of fade that you want to accomplish. I just went back and forth with half, open, close. Now I'm using the trimmer and these trimmers again, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same method I did on the other side, kind of redo it on the other side as well. It's a little bit difficult to do it with your left hand, but you know, just practice makes perfect. Don't give up on it. Just go ahead and go around the ear as well. Then you go ahead and shave it off and redo the V if you see it. Then you go ahead again with your Walls designer, and you're gonna go ahead and just buff it out. Open it up, buffing it out again. Go ahead and close it off. Just make sure that you guys, whenever you guys are buffering out these lines, you guys are not making no other harsh lines above that one. So just think about it as levels, and you have to make sure. And right there, if you notice, there's a little spot that you see. I went with the number 1 guard. One thing that I have noticed is the walls are a little bit closer. They're closer to the cut, so their cuts are usually smoother. So just remember that if it's a 1, it's gonna take a lot of hair out compared to the Andy's Masters is different. So at the end of the day, just remember this: always sanitize and clean your equipment. Remember, you want to make sure you keep your utensils all taken care of and your clients taken care of at all levels, sanitation and everything. This is the final result of the cut, and hope you guys enjoyed it.